around the 5-minute mark, you just use the Coddle Blast on the wave. Use that to be able to push out the wave. Then you go down, take the Twin Gate up to the top side.
Oh, no.
Pair together. Oh, no, Fish King.
Oh, well, there's your first blood. Who wants it? Who's going to get it? They'll give it to XM. Very nicely done. No, that was just a smoke, and the boots from outside just ran straight up the high ground. Abaddon hadn't dropped that ward prior, so that was why they were able to kind of catch him off guard before he was in a position to pop the smoke and get away.
What do you think about that? Summer and Jumi making a rotation up towards the top side. I mean, it might even be Jumi just playing tops. This is that hero comfort thing that I was talking about. This makes more sense for the Timber lane, but then again, what is the Abaddon doing on this bottom side of the map? Is he really just soaking up a lot of stuns and hopefully having an aphotic shield in case Summer gets caught out? You don't feel that great playing this into a Mirana, an Agi hero, decent
look at bottom
armor. Yeah, they might get another.
They've got the Dragon Tail levered up. They're going to make sure their chain control is perfect to help secure another kill onto the Abaddon. Chip gives over to outside, and well, that's that new ward spot as well with him looking to come down to the lane. So he's going to be forced to try and, just riffs up. So what was the bounty department look?
He should be able to... What was the bounty department like? They even picked all of them up yet? Or is it 2 for 2? Oh, yeah. Okay. He's going to need to ferry some mana up, though, on the Bane with all of that that assist gold that he ended up getting. And it's only Tangos, actually, for now, that Outside's got coming to him. So won't really be able to do all that much into this lane, especially with the Nightmare Guild.
Any blood grenade enjoys? Looks like Jumi is the only one currently. Putting that new kind of laning stage item.
You gotta love this for XM, though. He's able to already have that Ring of Health available just off of that first blood. Of course, it is cheaper now, so the quicker that you're able to get into it, the less that you need to spend on other regen, and it just lets you scale into that next item so much quicker.
Yeah. Well, that could be a great way to be able to open up the map, right? Something you were mentioning from being able to take towers. If XM gets mid at an early time, he could look to go top. He might even go top without. Even wanting to try and take that mid tower to try and slow down the Timbersaws game.
Yeah, for sure. Makes a lot of sense. But, I mean, TA doesn't really want to leave this lane. You don't feel all that pressured at all in this lane. That is the one really strong aspect of their draft, outside of maybe the Bane. The Bane is going to make TA's life a little bit more difficult just with that Enfeeble. Even the single point, 55% attack damage reduction. And this isn't... well, I guess it kind of is a game where you want the BKB on Butterfly Effect, not necessarily to reduce too much damage, because it is, like, magical. You're still going to have it go through, but it means that you need to commit Fiend's Grip once that BKB is popped. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to control the TA.
They will at least have some nice ways to be able to cancel the Fiend's Grip. Importantly, depending on Fish King's positioning with the Abaddon.
Actually, as well, the Bane Enfeeble is going to be great this game, right? Because they gave the damage over time to the Enfeeble instead of the Nightmare, and it's pure damage as well. So even with that, it doesn't pierce debuff immunity though, but still, nice little bit of damage over time that they've got now through the Bane.
See the
early bird. I'm an enjoyer. I'm an Enfeeble enjoyer.
Yeah, I mean, you've always loved to highlight the capability that this ability has. We don't see it kind of to its fullest extent too often.
He was taking a bit of harass on this bottom side. He's just got the 1 point in the Dragon's Blood right now. Plenty of wand charges to be able to play around with. Fish King looking to try and make amends for those 2 early deaths as he goes to get the bounty rune. What I'm really wanting to see is like a lot more pressure being put in onto that Abaddon. Like they're focusing Summer right now, but you're playing with an Abba. He's just going to come back. He's going to make this easiest pull camp of all time happen. And then he's the one that needs to be spending a lot more on regen and stuff, because there isn't really the capabilities of an Abaddon to keep up with even a Bane in net worth. I would say Bane, surprisingly, has more potential to be able to get net worth just off the back of your other heroes and setting up for assists. Abba doesn't do that. He is a pure defensive support. Speaking of outside up top, he's looking to go for a solo kill onto the Coddle up here, and he's got the brain sap to do it, but doesn't even need it.
Now can look to level it up for a second point if he wants to on outside. So this Bane is putting in a lot of work to start this early game for Piggy Killer. And
You'll know that he doesn't have Chimba Chain leveled, so that's why he's getting so aggressive against TZY.
We may even see Mirana start to make some rotations pretty early on as well, right? Like you've got the OD to set up with Ashore, you've got the Nightmare to be able to set up as well. So
speaking of mid lane,
Eclipse actually, and under the tower. Oh, Frisk, what an arrow! Refraction's on cooldown, but Fish King's in a pretty good position to be able to protect the Templar Assassin for the moment. But man, what an arrow from Frisk!
Nicely done. Just wondering as well, like when is the TA going to feel a little bit more worried about that level 6? He had a lot of soul and mana off the back of that one. I think he was up to 240 or something. So TA is one of those heroes that can get blown up pretty damn quickly if you're not careful.
They are, I guess, the one nice thing about Coddle being top as well with the stacks she can make, but Outside's already able to scout this out. Might even look to take the Watcher while he's here and potentially drop a ward down as well. I think it will get scouted though. Radiant have that cliff ward too. Oh, okay, never mind. Jimmy placed it on the wrong side. Whoa. How much help? What? That did a lot more than I was expecting.
No magic resist to be able to prevent it. It is just straight 150 damage. No 25% hero damage reduction.
Bottom lane, Summer's in some trouble as well. Just the right clicks. They can easily go through that first point in the Aphotic Shield, and now with the creeps as well going under the tower, they might be safe to dive the Abaddon if they want to.
I mean, I like the way that they're doing this. That they are going to go for the dive. Arrow going to be off the mark, but I mean, again, all this while, creeps are hitting into the tower. They're doing a ton of damage, just dragging this one away. Might even still be able to get the pick off here as, Frisk with that second point in the Starstorm. Don't know if Mirana needed a buff to the Starstorm, just being able to get it out there at a lower mana cost, but, you know, they'll take it.
Even the arrow mana cost got reduced, and that was one of the few stuns that didn't get nerfed, so shall see. But let's see what Dire are going to be able to do if they want to try and contest the sack. I mean, they've already accumulated such a hefty net worth lead, but I wonder what they want to try and do to slow down Butterfly Effect.
Looks like Frisk will be able to get away in time to at least finish up those mana boots. Really want to see him make that rotation back towards mid, although maybe seeing the Abba, he's coming back to the lane. I was thinking maybe they might look to try and set up another kill onto Summer in this bottom lane before he's level 6. Maybe Frisk is looking to go for a little bit of that side attempt, but he won't be able to get through in time, you wouldn't think. Actually dodges out the Starstorm as well. Nicely done.
Radiant are scanning.
Look
You
at
can
that.
just see across the board. Look at the net worth difference between these cores. It is night and day between them. About 1,000 net worth lead across the board in every single one of these lanes. 4K lead already at the 7-minute mark.
And also the experience now. Instantly, they were at the Wisdom Room. Frisk got theirs, and also Outsider was able to sneak through once he was soaking up some of the stack experience from Butterfly Effect, and now he also got that rune away, so the support's on Radiant. You've got no tomes to get towards the 6.
And again, lots of jungle camps. So Fly, it's 7.5 minutes, and he's level 7. Like, this is a side lane Luna that you're getting this on. Nothing mid. Not getting a lot of that solo experience. I mean, Outside is making that solo experience happen with just how well he's playing. They actually lose their tower first. This is a TA that was meant to have a pretty decent time in that mid lane, but just because of that first blood that was given through and that early rotation through the Mirana, clipping him with the arrow, meant that XM was able to get into that super early Meteor Hammer, put some pressure onto the tower, and it really enables them to make some moves around the side lanes now. Even an Arcane Rune down bottom for them to be able to pick up and make that sort of movement happen.
So I know you've been mentioning about wanting the safe lane towers to go down very early on. Surely there's even more importance for this game. If you take away both those ancient camps, where are they going to be able to find the farm on Cactus when you're this far behind? Like, you know that is the home for the TA.
Yep.
We're actually going to see bottom lane. Ashore for the arrow. Fish King, he's got the shield. He'll be able to use it. Still, it's too late. Wasn't able to activate any remnants. Reactions just weren't there fast enough, and now Ava, he's going to be able to beat into the tower.
I wonder if they even just go top immediately after this one goes down, right? Clear out the creep wave. Timbersaw's kind of pushed in. The wave's pushed in. They might know that he is farming down here. It seems like that's what XM's idea is. Let's use this strong point while I've still got the Arcane Orb activated. Arcane Rune, rather. See exactly where he is. And they're looking to try and set up onto him. Mirana coming through. Mini stun coming through from Fly. Astral, is he going to be able to get it? Yes, he is.
They got him. And now they should have an overwhelming amount of stuns to be able to hold him down into place. His UI also, he's going to be in some trouble.
And again, they've done all of this without using a single TP on XM. He moved bottom with the Mirana after dewarding that mid ward, after taking the mid tower, killed people, took the tower, took the portal up towards the top side, and now you can still use that Meteor Hammer on the top tower as well. So they're just shrinking the map. This is what I talk about with playing efficient Dota. I think Piggy Killer are the first team to actually do it throughout all of the DPC games that I've been watching. Clear they've put a lot of emphasis into what has higher priority. Of course, they have the advantage of being able to watch a few of those teams in the past as we get another kill attempt here onto the Connell.
How are they going to stop them, though? They got no stuns. The big issue with Cactus's lineup is that Piggy Killer just get the kill behind an objective and they can just run away, even when they see TPs coming in their faces. So, is there even an avenue back in for Cactus? They're back to bottom
To
now.
me, it kind of feels like
He's got a Remnant active, though, but they're going to shove him out of the lane. So again, that's more farm that's being limited.
And then Fly is probably just going to go to like this bottom row of creeps, right? Like maybe they're going to bring someone down just to put an observer ward up there for him to be able to protect him out a little bit. They don't have the strongest gank squad on Cactus. That was the big weakness that I'm seeing here. I mean, the one that needs to be keeping lanes shoved away is Jumi, but it seems like he wants to build up a few stacks for himself. He wants to be playing together with the Ember Spirit, not playing a little bit greedier, playing solo.
Oh, they saw Butterfly Effect moving over towards her own triangle.
Body
Enable
blocks.
with the body blocks just enables outside to close the distance with the Fiend's Grip. Arrow's going to be very much off the mark. He's actually got a haste still. Okay, didn't see that one in the bottle, so Butterfly Effect will be able to run himself away.
All right. Little things, but they're important things. Luna did go for that farming pattern that I was talking about, already up to level 10. Just off the mark with their connection through. But again, what's an Abaddon really going to do to be able to make anything aggressive happen? He's already half the net worth of the Bane, and Bane does not have farming tools. Fly just says, all right, I'm going to go back bot. I'm going to farm up these extra few camps. Going to rotate back towards the tower when the wave is pushed in a little bit further. Actually got another engagement onto Summer, but good positioning by Fish King to make sure he doesn't die another time.
Okay, I was going to say he's only got 2 points in Dragon Tail with this very early Blink Dagger, so the stun isn't too high. I guess if you max it out, it only goes up by 0.4, but that could be the extra little bit required to be able to land the arrow, so Frisk is going to have to be a little bit more on point with his positioning, considering he doesn't have that kind of buffer time just in case he's not.
Ah, okay. So with this rotation up top, maybe they scouted out the Abaddon doesn't have a TP right now. So they said, all right, you've stopped everything that we've been trying to do up towards the, up down at the bottom side of the map. So let's just make a rotation away from there. Frisk pairing together with the OD. Even if the Abaddon is looking to show up, he's not going to be able to do anything to be able to protect unless he just runs straight top right now, which I think is what Fish King is doing exactly. And he's so poor, he can't even afford the TP. Almost kind of wants to die for that free TP scroll to come through.
It's the life of an Abaddon support, though, isn't it? This is it's a pretty useless hero.
For the past 3 minutes, though, it hasn't been this huge growth in net worth. And you've lost your mid-tier 1 tower. Again, not that important, but it still opens up a few avenues for smokes, potentially, to be happening.
It's been giving time for Butterfly Effect. At least he's still the one that's been able to find a decent chunk of farm across the map. Going to be working on the Desolator as his next item, so maybe with that completed, we might see the potential for Cactus to sneak Roche at some stage.
I don't know. Piggy Killer have a pretty good Roche lineup too, don't they? OD with all of that arcane orb damage, Luna to buff everyone up. Speaking of OD, he's kind of caught in a no man's land here, getting a little bit too greedy, so You know, remember, this is the spot that I was wanting one of the supports to be playing in, right? It just, did they smoke under a ward right now? No, they didn't. So they're going to make a move up towards the top side, try and take out a higher priority target. Frisk is playing where I kind of want him to, right? Always in front of the core.
Oh, TZY. Yeah, Fly's looking at TP out. He should be able to make it before the chains, but well, Summer's just going to hold both the supports into place. Frisk can leap away with ease. Unfortunately, for outside, he will not be able to have the same fate. That capability is not there built into the Bane. So, a couple of kills finally go the way now from Cactus. They've been able to hit the board thanks to that.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying, right? About where, at least I believe, the supports need to be relative to the cores. OD, far too deep. You know, it's 14 minutes in. Maybe he felt confident with the Observe ward that he had down, but didn't realize that he passed through Jumi's ward that just expired inside of the Radiant jungle. There's another tower. Bottom lane's getting pushed in a little bit by Ava, but he's forced to back out as well. He's actually going into the Aghanim Shard, so I guess wanting a little bit more of that damage over time for the TA, a little bit of magic damage as well for the Timbersaw, never goes astray.
Never refuse gold given.
But it still nonetheless seems like even though the net worth lead hasn't grown much for Piggy Killer recently, I mean, it's still a Midas OD and a Luna that has got Glaives and Luna Blessing maxed out. Fly's level 13. So he's incredibly rich, but you might have this opening now for Cactus. Your Desolator almost completed. And if you can potentially get another couple of kills on the supports on Piggy Killer, maybe it can open up the map for you to consider that Roshan. Like you said, though, Piggy Killer, they can even take themselves if they want to, and well, they're actually going to try and rift top. Yeah.
They're coming up top. I mean, outside's going to be here. Oh, he might be able to get in range of Summer. He actually does cancel the TP back. Moving it on.
XM. He's showing up. Frisk is here as well.
Oh,
not going to have a way to be able to cancel the Meteor Hammer. They've got the Sanities as well. Oh, XM. Beautiful rotation out from Piggy Killer. Now, Ava, it'll take them a while to catch up to Jumi with the blink already expended. They won't be able to close the distance, but they're considering about Roche.
Are indeed. I mean, is Fly going to look to connect, or is he just going to push in this bottom lane? You're kind of being forced to make a decision here by Piggy Killer. He could just look to leave the Manta Illusions pushing into this tower and join the rest of his team if he really wants, but it doesn't seem like they're going to have any issues taking that even without the Luna.
Yeah, maybe with him showing it doesn't give them... Maybe they think it's not going on to contest it, but they did die up there regardless. He's not even needed though. Like you said, he's able to continue farming. So... You've got the Aegis onto XM, who has to be very happy with the position he's in this game, considering it is a very good OD game. We've already spoken about all the cores you're able to match up into. So he's got to be very much happy. I don't know, man. This is it's a very tricky position to be in, right? Like, how can you unlock Butterfly Effect? Because he's still top of the net worth. He's just slightly behind the OD, who has a Midas, and he's got a DD now as well. So how can they take this fight?
He needs it, right? Otherwise, you can't rely fully on Nabadan. He needs to be there to be able to save his Ember Spirit or the Timber that are the ones going in onto the front lines a little bit more effectively. He might be able to catch outside here, but didn't use the Searing Chains. Might be able to catch outside this time around. Looks like they will.
Yep. And able to split across the map though, so down to the Twin Gates, the bottom side. And they're going to try and look to get control over this area of the map. They still want it, yeah. They're going to smoke again. They're going to have a
Butterfly Effect up here, though. Again, maybe just feeling like kind of similar to what we had with the Luna farming underneath the ward. This isn't going to reveal too much about their position.
They got a great ward as well. XM, he's going to get scouted out.
Oh, this is a great pick-off. Ooh, do they have any detection? I don't know if they do.
They see the blast. They should be aware that something's occurring from behind them now as well. So XM's probably going to lose his first slice, but the team will be nearby to protect him off the back of the respawn, as Fly's going to be in with the Eclipse, and with the beams raining down, Radiant need to retreat. They're not going to be able to stand strong off the back of the magic damage, but if they can just lose the Coddle, they'd be pretty happy. But XM's going to make sure they can get more members into the grave. TZY though, protected for a little bit. Ava's going to be able to jump over the top and kill off the Abaddon, but regardless, that Aphotic Shield will keep TZY alive. So in the end, it's just two supports that go down for Cactus.
And now you've got a Solar Crest as well on Frisk. I mean, great on an OD, great on a Lunar as well, just to start those glaives bouncing around. And of course, it feels so much more effective as well with all of the changes to it. How many changes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 changes to the Solar Crest. Increasing the effectiveness of it, reducing the cost. The only thing that really got nerfed with it was the cooldown. It becomes a little bit longer cooldown, less duration as well. But other than that, just amps everything else up.
You got some exceptional heroes to buff up as well, right? I mean, Luna OD, but really even late game Dragonite with the potential Elder Dragon form would even say no to it as well. So yeah, there's a lot of value they're going to get out of the Solar Crest this game.
So you were mentioning in the draft about the potential for this Spirit Vessel on the Coddle. Well, he's going for it, and he's getting close as well. If they're able to get that maybe around the Tormentor, I can see it being pinged out by both teams. I almost wonder if Piggy Killer are going to want to try and steal the Cactus Tormentor away from them.
Oh, Ava and Frisk, yeah.
A little bit on the front lines. Ava should be fine. He's got the Blink Dagger and the Tumbler's Toy to be able to play around with, and that vision being provided, but going to be a little bit more careful. That's where the TP is coming up here from the Bane.
They're going to see
they might
that,
catch him
though.
out as he comes in.
Yeah, they've got the ward position. We get a glimpse as soon as the outside looks to join the boys. And our Summer's even going to try and Remnant forward to get Frisk. They want nothing. Oh, Arrow's going to scout him out. Any detection though? Frisk. All right, that's a nice little hidey hole he's able to find. Meanwhile, mid lane, TZY. Trying to make the go into the timber. Yeah.
Maybe just wanting the level 12 on the DK. He's so close to it, they're going to get a double damage as well. And they've got Butterfly. So even, I don't think they're worried about TA at all. As long as you're not getting hit by those side blades, you're going to get a bunch of misses through from a lot of this right-click damage. Still, of course, playing around the siege creep as well. And you have to be very careful about your glyph usage as well. It's been refreshed because of the tier 2 tower going down previously. Is he going to die down here? No, Arrow slightly off the mark.
Heroes are showing away from mid though, so Fly it's going to be chilling, it seems like, for the moment. Still the fight is breaking up bottom. The casualties, Josh, yep.
Man's ballsy.
Broken. Yeah. Lifeline knows his limits, it looks like, though. Of course, that's very much going to help out with that item, like you said, completed. So, making him a little bit more difficult to be killed off. But Cactus, well, they want to get back out on the map, really, for the first time this game.
They're pinging the Tormentor, though, on Piggy Killer. They know that they're going to make a move, maybe expecting it, because they popped the Elder Dragon form previously. So, by the time this smoke connects, the DK is not going to have that ulti available. And, you know, they still feel strong enough with the Luna, with all the boys grouped up together around this daytime, to be able to get into this key objective. And look at how fast it melts just if you combine all these heroes together. Yeah, they take a good amount of damage, but it's worthwhile to be able to give an Aghanim shard over to the team. Again, neither team has amazing shards. I was expecting maybe Cactus to do it and pray that the Coddle is going to be the one that gets it, but I mean, Jumi's almost ahead of the Ember Spirit in the mid lane in net worth. So if he can get a fraction ahead and then Ember Spirit gets a free shard, maybe he's back into the game, you know? Doesn't seem like that'll happen, though. They're looking to prioritize it. TA very capable of taking this Tormentor quickly.
They can even chakra him for the double meld if they want to. And they will do just that, so... Easy shard for Fish King.
It's not good. It's not good at all.
No, it's really not, is it? Probably the worst one they could have got. The luck of the draw, unfortunately, for them.
This goes back to what I was talking about with drafting, right? Like, how much do you need to emphasize supports that really want that Aghanim shard, but just might have other items that they need to prioritize ahead of it? You know, your Phoenix, your Clockworks, heroes like that just go to another level once you're able to pick that up. Even the Bane, you know, wouldn't have been bad if Bane got the shard instead of the Mirana, right? It'll allow him to farm up a little bit for himself too, to get into something like that Ghost Scepter, prevent deaths from the TA.
Yeah, how did you think about the Bane in regards to his skill build? Like when you saw the patch notes and now from outside, do you like kind of the 2-2-4? What were you more expecting this hero to level up in with his abilities?
Pretty similar, honestly. Like, it's the exact same skill build as before, but I think you're crazy if you don't get a 1 value point into Enfeeble. I would honestly even get it at maybe level 4. These days, previously you got it at like level 8, but level 4 feels pretty solid for me. I guess it also depends on if you've got a ganking setup style lineup. I mean, you're playing together with a Mirana, right? So you want that Nightmare, maximum cast range, maximum duration to be able to find those catches as easy as possible. Now they've got a Blink Dagger on XM. So he's going to, with the shield rune, really look to play on the front lines. I think he's going to try and get right on top of that Timbersaw if possible.
And with the blink, he should be able to do that. He was going to get a glimpse of him. And please just look at X. Just 4 hit, 5 hit. Okay, 5 hit with the Arcane Orb. Yeah, it's quite the OD pick. And when we see XM's off to quite the start, and he's going to be working into a Hex, it looks like, as his next item.
With the Twin Gates. This is the team that I've seen use Twin Gates the most during the DPC, and I really like it. I mean, Flyfly is even setting up for that eventual movement. You can kind of predict that it's going to happen just because why is a Luna that deep into the lane without too much backup, but they know where the Timbersaw died. They know where the potential for the follow-up is coming from. They're even pinging it out down here. Like, Summer might even toss out a Sleight of Fist into the tree line just to try and catch someone out, or he might get caught.
And, well, the second option... what's going to happen? It looks like some of those supposed to be able to get the remnant away. But wonder if it's time for them to make a call on potentially this high ground, or if they're just going to wait for the... I guess Roche is up very shortly. Never mind. We got 10 seconds till to the spawn. And it's going to be a push as well. We've got that nighttime vision advantage for the Luna. So just makes your positioning that much easier.
They'll need to go back up towards the top side. I wonder if they're just going to walk their way up there, push out the mid wave on the way, and then look to play around that. The one advantage for Cactus is that they've still got this pretty nice observer ward set up towards the top side, so they might see that rotation if, I believe they've only got the 1 smoke remaining for outside, and I think that's something that he wants to use after they're able to take Roshan successfully.
They're going to get intercepted. Fish King's still in a pretty good position, though, to block off Ava from getting the jump. I don't think he got a glimpse of them, though. Actually, maybe not Butterfly Effect with the ward on the high ground. He's going to be able to TP out. And they will run into the Abaddon, though. So, I mean, that's his job, pretty much. You're just a...
It's still Roche, though. That's the thing.
Yes. You're exactly right. It doesn't matter who you get. A pick-off is a pick-off. And even without it, they probably would have got Roche. But regardless, Fish King, he'll tank the gank, his role, and TA is going to be able to get out. But, man, what the hell can TA do this game? Because Butterfly Effect is farming incredibly well. 0 deaths so far. So his farming patterns have been exceptional, not being caught out a single time this game. But does the team need to play with him? How does he need to take team fights to get full value out of the gold that he has?
It's rough, right? Because while TA is farming incredibly well, it's always going to be like that next item that you need, you know? And well, Summer going down really doesn't help things, but like as soon as he gets into the MKB to be able to counter out the Butterfly, he's got a Satanic to be able to play off the back of, and then he's got the Aegis as well to be able to just be a little bit more survivable. He is in a little deep here on Flyfly, but maybe they feel that they're lacking damage without the Ember. Like, even copping a Coddle Blast to the face, he doesn't back off until he's done taking the tower.
TZY, though, that's going to be caught out.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to scout him out inside their own triangle, so Flyfly is going to play accordingly. But I don't think a TA by herself can kill the Luna with... especially that Butterfly on Flyfly. I mean, they might make the attempt. I don't know. It could go really bad. Yeah, they won't try.
They're just having a look at which neutral item they want to get. It's a Ceremonial Robe that XM picks up. More mana to be able to play off that Sanity's Eclipse. It makes these 2-3 heroes that it counters even more impactful, right? People are just going to blow up once that goes through. He's almost level 18 as well, so... will be playing at a very healthy amount of mana, almost into the Scythe of Vice too, if he really wants to go in and buy out here.
Yep, he's going to be expended Flyfly. Beautiful wraparound though. And they've got to get the Nightmare into Butterfly Effect, but he's got the haste to be able to reposition, but the supports will not be able to have that same capability. It's an easy backstab from Piggy Killer. Great position from them with the wraparound.
I think it was slightly off with the Meteor Hammer timing just because he was holding the Ceremonial Robe at the time. Instantly switches back into the Grove Bow. Flyfly feels confident. He's got the Satanic to play around and the Aegis, even dodging out that Meld Strike. They could get him though off the side blade.
Oh, how is he still alive? What?
Side blades.
So, someone get him. They're going to try with Summer. They might not even get Ava as well. Sentry drops, so the blast should be able to secure the kill. Is he going to tick out to the vessel? Looks like he will. So they'll lose Ava in the end. They're going to lose the Aegis as well.
All right.
Maybe finally Cactus could be the fight, but off the back of the respawn Firefly, yeah, he's going to stand strong. He knows no fear. The Luna is still at a stage, but they don't have the ways to address it, even with Butterfly Effect. Just parking himself up on the high ground, it's not going to matter.
You get like one good hit onto the TA just around that enchanted quiver. You're wanting to pray that that's the melt strike that you're able to deal a ton of the damage into, but there we go with outside. He just pops the enfeeble in onto Butterfly Effect. They're going to get rid of it with, of course, the Aphotic Shield, but forces you to be a little bit more defenseless against this sort of play. Look at those glaives, just bouncing around everywhere, creating havoc. But that's the thing, right? If you're popping enfeeble onto the TA that's doing, I would say, a good 80% of your damage at this point, then if you're Aphotic shielding it off, or if you're using the BKB to get it off, then you don't have the Aphotic shield to be able to protect from that jump forward with the Hex, with the stun, and...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, this felt like more of a understandable one than some of the...